Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today for this webinar for parents who are interested in buying an individual or a family license for your child or your children. My name is Angela Allen. I'm the CEO of Cyberwall, and I have Stuart, my partner here, who will be manning the chat and answering any questions that you might have while I'm doing a quick demonstration of my Cyberwall and the benefits that your child can get from buying a family license. So I think that a few of you here have your kids in schools that have teacher licenses, so they might be exposed to my Cyberwall during the day at school. But we do sell family licenses. I will go into the pricing, etc., which obviously the children can use at home for revision, for tests and exams. We do have practice assessments on my Cyberwall, so they can use them. Also for helping with homework and projects, etc. Those are all the things that your child will be able to use my Cyberwall for. So my Cyberwall is a e-learning resource for grades 4 to 7. It's aligned to CAPS, so it has most of the CAPS curriculum on it, although we do have schools that are IB and even Cambridge schools that do use my Cyberwall. So I'm going to turn my screen in a minute and do a quick demo. Stuart will be in the chat to answer questions, and after the demo, which will be about 15 minutes, I will come back into the room and see if you have questions. We're also recording this, so we will be sending you a recording. If you do want to show your spouse or any friends afterwards, you can show them the recording, and I will be contacting you by email tomorrow. Okay, so obviously having my Cyberwall as well, apart from benefiting your children with the academic results, is going to be much less time and stress for you. I know myself as a working parent, how my children, when they were in primary school, the amount of work they did and struggling to figure out how long division works these days, etc., was quite tricky and quite hard. But now you've got my Cyberwall, which obviously will make your life a lot easier as a parent as well. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and Stuart will be handing over to him in the chat, and I will say goodbye. So hopefully now you can see the homepage of my Cyberwall. Just a few things before we do log in. So if you buy a family license, you get a login for yourself as the parent and one for your child or children. Obviously, you might have more than one child. The login that you're going to get is going to be like a teacher account. So it's got all the additional things like the memos, which is the answer sheet for the exercises. We do have about 5,000 exercises on my Cyberwall for your children to practice. They'll be able to see their marks and also see what they've got correct and incorrect, which is obviously going to help them greatly. So you do need to have an internet connection to use my Cyberwall, and you can use it on any device. So if your child has an iPad or a desktop, even a smartphone, although it's not ideal, we've got what's called a responsive design. So my Cyberwalls, the size of the screen will change depending on the device that you're using or your child is using. On the homepage here, you'll see our social media buttons. So we'd love you to follow us on social media, and you can do so by clicking on these icons here. We do have a YouTube channel which has got videos for learners and even for parents to help you and your child get the best use out of my Cyberwall as well. So when you log in, you will get a different login for yourself as a parent and your child. I'm going to log in as a child just for now. So this is my username and password, which I'm going to use to log in, and you will use a different one to get into your parent account. So let me log in now. I'm logging in now as a learner, and you will see I'm an imaginary person or child called Bill Board, and you will see now what we call the landing page of my Cyberwall. So you can see immediately what grades we have, which is 4 to 7. We focus on the intermediate phase. My Cyberwall has been going for 12 years now, and we do have schools that use us, teachers and learners throughout South Africa and also Eswatini, and we also have individuals that use us as home as an extra resource, and some people even homeschool their children or child on my Cyberwall as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use it. So let me just show you when you're buying my Cyberwall, and by the way, the cost is 950 Rand for the year. And that's what you will pay once off, and you will get all these subjects and all these grades. So if your child is in grade 5 and struggling with a concept, they can go back to grade 4, but also they can be pushed up and practice some of the grade 6 work as well. So that is the beauty of it. You're getting everything in a package. You don't buy things individually, and we don't really sell the subjects individually either. So they will get all these core academic subjects in one easy to use platform here. So let me just show you what we have. So for grade 4, 5, and 6, these are the subjects. So the Afrikaans is first additional, as is isiXhosa and isiZulu, and the English is the home language. And then we have the social sciences, geography, history, NS and technology, life skills, and maths. We have the full curriculum for all of these subjects, apart from the first additional languages, which I'll just show you Afrikaans, for example. So for Afrikaans, we have language, which is the grammar, and then we have vocabulary. We don't have reading and writing. The same with the isiZulu. If your child is doing isiZulu, first additional, it is the same as the language and the vocabulary. And there's practice assessments. I will show you those just now. isiXhosa isn't quite as complete, but we do have vocabulary and language for grade 4 and 5, and for 6 and 7 we just have vocabulary, and we will be adding more content as we go through the year. That's the other thing about my Cyberwall, is everything is updated, and we work on the site on a daily basis. So all of our information is live, and we change things and upgrade all the time. So for example, after the election this year, we will be updating the section on democracy, and have all the relevant information there. If, for example, there's a volcano or an earthquake anywhere in the world, the section on my Cyberwall on that also gets updated. Okay, so in the Get Smart section, which we will concentrate on in this demo, you'll see the subjects on the left-hand side now, and grade 7 has got the additional subjects. So in grade 7, we have EMS, and we have technology, and we have life orientation instead of life skills. I just want to show you English, for example, which is the home language. So for English, we have the language use, which is the grammar. We have all of the writing, all of the reading, and the assessments, and the annual teaching plans, which are really used by the teachers to guide them where they should be in terms of my Cyberwall content for the week that they're on during the year. I'm going to show you a couple of content pages just as some examples. So I'm just going to, obviously can't show you the whole thing now, but it's really just to give you an idea of how your child can use it. So I'm just going to Maths grade 7, and I am choosing to show you geometry of 2D shapes. So you'll see in the menus here, all the content is here, and your child will just click into the relevant thing of what they're doing at school, or any additional work that you would want them to do. As a parent, you can also assign work for them to complete. I'll quickly show you how to do that in a minute. And if you have a look here, you can see what we have as the content pages. So the geometry of 2D shapes, are all these different subsections here. So we've got, for example, classifying 2D shapes, then we've got naming of the triangles, and then the angles of the triangles. So it's all different sections. Each of these sections you can download and can be printed separately. You might not want to print everything, but if you do have internet problems, you can just download this section by clicking on this PDF button here. It will go to your downloads. And as I say, you can print it, but you don't need to. So I can find that in my downloads, and I'll show you in a moment. There it is. It's downloaded. So this is now in a PDF, and I can save this obviously onto my computer to refer to later if I've got load shedding, for example. It's just coming up now. So that's 2 pages. That's the one section on the names of the triangles according to the angles. And you'll see it's exactly as it is on the screen. And then the PDF button at the top. This is if I want to download this whole section, which will be quite a lot of pages, but let me just quickly show you that. So I'm just downloading that whole section on geometry of 2D shapes. When you see the brain throbbing like that, you will know that the internet is working and it's downloading. This is 11 pages. Again, you can download it. You could, obviously, your child could save this to look at later, and all the information is here to use offline if you want to. Okay, so that's everything. You see it's nicely illustrated and in color as well. So that's just the content pages of that section in maths. You'll also see that we have about 5,000 exercises on my Cyberwall. I'm going to show you a little bit of this. So this is really what sets my Cyberwall apart. We're not just PDFs like some of the other sites that you might find. We don't have adverts here as well that are distracting. So the exercises, you can download them. You can also complete them online. So we're going to do a couple of those. I just want to show you how that works here. So this is the exercise. You can print it by pressing exercise, but you can also, your child can, let's look at this one. This is what's called a hidden answer, and the computer will automatically mark it. So as a parent, you won't have to mark a lot, well, probably 80% of the exercises on here. Your child can practice and practice until they get it right. So I'm just going to show you a couple of examples. This one, but your child must enter it exactly as per the instructions. It says one example and lowercase. So I just know that this answer here is square. So I must put this in lowercase. If I put it in uppercase and I don't follow the instruction, although that is the correct answer, it will not be marked as correct. I'm just going to put an incorrect answer in here just so you can see how the computer will mark it, and you don't have to mark it. So I put triangle there, which is an incorrect answer. So let's just wait. There we go. Triangle. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to submit this. Let's just pretend that I've done the whole thing, which I know I haven't, but just for time and just to show you how it works, I'm going to submit this. And it's telling me I have 1 out of 5 correct. And now we can go to this block here called My Answers. So let's just open this up. So this will be your child's answers that they've just submitted. Let's open it up and let's have a look. And I'm just going to make the screen a little bit bigger so you can see here. So it's got my score at the top and it's converted it to a percentage. So I have 20%. It has the date and the time that's been submitted and that the system has marked it. And you can see here that the first one I did get correct and the second one is incorrect. So there's a cross there. So I would know, okay, that's not the correct answer. I need to find the correct answer. Remember, in your parent account, you do have the memos, but obviously it's good for your child to try and figure it out, work it out themselves. And all the answers obviously would be in the content pages. I'm just going to show you some more exercises, some more sections. I'm just going to NS grade 7. I'm going to something called Introduction to the Periodic Table. It's term 2 work. Let me just full screen my page. And again, just the same, the content pages are here. You will see an introduction, which is the content. It's like your pages of the book, which is nicely illustrated. It's updated. Remember, you can PDF it, you can download it, you can print it. And you also see these nice summaries, which are quite nice. I mean, that might be something your child would print and use as a revision, as a visual summary of that whole section. And here's all the exercises. So I just want to go up and show you. Oh, sorry, I've gone off that by mistake. Let's go back to it. We also have something called links, web activities, and videos. So a link is a third-party site. We have about 12,000 links, activities, and videos on my Cyberwall. They're all ones that we've checked and that are relevant to the grade and to the topic being studied. So if I look at this one, for example, this is a link. So if your child wants more information about it, you're going away from my Cyberwall, you get a pop-up that comes up. You're obviously on the internet here. And it's telling you, it's taking you to another site. So this is just another site that your child could go to for more good information that we've said, okay, this looks pretty good. These links do break, obviously, sometimes, but we do check them regularly. It's an ongoing job for us. And then we've got videos. Okay, so normally it's YouTube videos. And let's have a look at, if you wanted to, your child wanted to watch one, you just press confirm again on the pop-up and the video will be there and they can start to watch that video. I'm obviously not going to play it, but it's there. And they can choose which ones they want to watch. Obviously, this just makes the learning a bit more interesting and interactive for them. Then there's web activities. Web activities are normally interactive exercises or learning games related to the topic. There are some here for the periodic table, but there won't be for every module. There just doesn't exist in the world. Maybe Afrikaans, nouns, for example, we wouldn't find web activities, but certainly for some of the topics we do. Let's have a look at one here just so you can see what I mean. So I'm just confirming here. I'm going to this one. This is an interactive quiz and it says, what's the first element? Okay, if I'd watched the video, I would know it would be hydrogen, and I've got the answer correct and I can go to the next question. Okay, I'm not going to do it all, but just to show you the types of resources that we have on here in addition to everything that's on my Cyberwall. So with the exercises, I just want to show you some different types as well. So to add variety, we have about 12 different types of exercise. We've got crosswords, we have drag and drops, we have true and falses. There are some that need to be manually marked. So you would have to manually mark it or show the memo to your child for the manual marking, that the majority will automatically mark. I'm going to one now, which is on the, let me get the right place, structure of the earth, which is, sorry, it's geography grade 7, just to show you the different types of resources we have here. So I'm in geography grade 7. I'm going to structure of the earth. I want to show you maybe one of the more interactive types. Again, you see the content, you see the links, you see the web activities, and here are the exercises at the bottom. And we have here one on labeling the layers of the earth. Luckily, I have the answer sheet here. Remember, you will have the answer sheet as well. So you will know that, for example, this is to be dragged to there, and that is the oceanic crust. It's just taking a little second. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but obviously the idea here is to label the earth. And again, your child would submit it and they've got 1 out of 8 correct. Again, you will see that my answers appears here and your child can go and see what they've got correct and incorrect, for example. So here's their answer sheet and you will see it will turn to green if it's correct, and it would be red if it's incorrect. So they can practice over and over again to become more competent with that. The next exercise here is a different type of exercise. It's a crossword where they have to enter the clues and they would press submit there. I want to just show you what we call a manually marked one. I'm just going to go to grade 4 English. So let's go to reading a short story. And you will see here a comprehension. This one, I think actually some of it is multiple choice, so it will automatically mark. And where you see the N here is where the computer won't mark it, where you would have to show your child the memo. I don't suggest you have to mark it, but basically the manual mark means the computer won't mark it, but the memo would be in your parent account. Okay, so I want to also, there's, as I say, thousands of exercises here. It will keep your child very busy. I want to also just show you the assessments. So let's just go to history. I'm just picking history grade 4. Let's do a term 1. Your children will have this coming up. Okay, so it's a project this term. So there's the project there with the rubric, but let's find an actual assessment. Let's go to term 1, grade 4 geography. So these are all tests that your child can practice. It's all exactly as per the annual teaching plan for 23-24. Everything has been updated to that. All the assessments have been updated. So you have a look here. This is worth 25 marks. And you'll see that this is where they put the answer in here. It's what we call a hidden answer. They choose from the answers there. The next one is called a missing word. And again, they have to put the correct answer in there. This is a multiple choice. So again, they tick the correct one. And part 5 is a map, which is a hidden answer as well. So everything here so far will automatically mark when your child practices it. And only this part 6 at the end, where there's an M, would have to be manually marked, where you'd have to show them the memo, for example. Your child will press submit. And again, exactly as per the exercises work, then you will see, the child will see the marks. and the percentage and what's right and wrong. I just want to quickly show you a parent account because I want to show you the extra things before we leave. I'm just going to log in as a parent or a teacher and just show you a couple of different things here. So what you have, I'm just going to go to any exercise here and show that you have the memo, which is the answer sheet here. So here's one on famous landmarks. It's a matching exercise. It's a drag and drop. And what your child won't have is the memo button, but you do. And obviously for the assessments, you do have the answer sheet as well. So this is all the correct answers here, which will be in your account. Okay, the other things that you have in your account, which your child doesn't have, is a section called Live Life. This is a section which is really can be used in addition to life skills. It's not CAPS aligned, but it's all issues that your child might be having, social issues, which are those kind of delicate things, things like sibling rivalry, peer pressure, etc. And there's some nice case studies and things here that you could sit and discuss with your child as well. The other additional sections, apart from the Get Smart, which is the CAPS aligned academic subjects, we have a section called Study Skills, which is just tips and some resources to help your child. Things like, let's look at study techniques. It's things like how to take notes, how to make mind maps, etc., how to manage their time, healthy study habits. And you'll see also that there's links here and videos they can go and watch for some different study tips as well. So that's the study skills section, which is for your kids, useful before exams. Then we have something called Save Your Planet, which is the environmental section. Again, it's not a CAPS aligned subject, but it's great if they have a project to do. It's also really important in terms of the children knowing what's going on in the world. Things like, for example, waste management, the energy crisis, the ozone layer, global warming. Let's go to global warming. So you've got content here again, you've got links and videos as well if they have a project to do this. And all of this content as well, while you have a license, your child can use any of these pictures they like in their project work as well. So if they just like this one of the polar bear, they can just right click it and save it, and they can insert that into their project as well. Okay, so I've given you a quick whistle-stop tour. The other thing that is always there to help and support learners and parents and teachers is our resources section, where we have things like a user guide. We do have videos on YouTube as well to help you and your child navigate around. So here's how to log in, how to log out, how to print, how to use the web activities and links, for example, how to assign work. And that's the one thing I just wanted to show you quickly. I'm just going to show you as a parent, if you want to assign work to your child, how easy and quick it is. So because you're going to be linked to your child, let's say you want to assign this particular exercise to your child to complete on a certain date. So all you do is you click on the calendar there. Let's assign it for tomorrow. Your class will just be your child. I'm going to do it as homework. I'm going to press next. Everything is pre-populated. The scoring is pre-populated, and you can give them more than one attempt if you want to, but let's just say one. And with a few clicks of the button, I've assigned that exercise for my child to do, and they will see it in their calendar, as will you. So there it is. That's the one that we just assigned to your child, and your child will get a notification, and they go to their calendar and they complete the exercise from the calendar then. And then obviously afterwards, they will see their marks as well. Okay, I have done my whistle-stop tour, so I'm going to log out and I'm going to come back to the room. We do have videos, and I'm going to send you a copy of our marketing video tomorrow and a copy of this recording and the price and the banking details if you're interested. Let me come back into the room with you and see if there's been any questions. No? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. So yes, it's 950 Rand, which hopefully you'll see as a great investment for your child. It will really help them with their schoolwork. Obviously, the idea is to improve their marks, especially in areas where they're struggling. That 950 for the year will give you access to everything on my Cyberwall. There's no hidden extras either. And we give you all the support and any training with the YouTube videos that you might need. I'm sure your child will enjoy and benefit from using my Cyberwall, and really for you as parents, you're going to have a lot less stress, and also trying to figure out what are they supposed to be studying, and how actually do they do long division these days, for example. Is there any questions? Because I will just stay in the room here for a couple of minutes to see if you've got any questions, but we will be emailing you tomorrow. You can contact us on info@mycyberwall.co.za. But yeah, wait for the email that I will email you in the morning, and I will give you more details if you do want to sign up. And please tell your family and friends about my Cyberwall. And yeah, we hope you will join us. I'll say goodbye. I'll turn my camera off, but let's just wait here to see if there's any questions. But thanks so much for coming. I hope you found it a beneficial 30 minutes. So we'll say goodbye.